Hey, it's Kronik with Rock 104.5, Reno's Rock Station, and I have the pleasure of hanging out on the phone with Kevin Martin from Candlebox, who's going to be performing on Veterans Day at Rock Bar Theater downtown. Kevin, thanks for taking some time to talk with me.
My pleasure, man. It's nice to chat with you. It's been a while since we've been to Reno.
It has been a while, and you guys actually have a brand new album out, Disappearing Airports, and you're kicking off your tour in little old Reno. We appreciate that.
Well, it's one of those places. It's a good place to kick a tour off, and, we always have a lot of fun there. And in the biggest little city in the United States, isn't that what it is? Or biggest little town in America?
Biggest little city in the world is what we claim to be.
There we go. There we go. I knew I was something in there. But yeah, we haven't done the West Coast in a long time, so we're actually really looking forward to playing these shows with Static Land and our buddies Pete RG.
Awesome. And you're going to end up in the UK as far as France and Germany by February. It sounds like a great tour.
It's been a whirlwind for sure. We started in South America and we're ending in Europe. So
that's awesome. Now tell me a little bit about the new album. I just got done listening to Vexatious, and I dig it, man. But tell me about it from your perspective.
It's a record, I think, that, for a band like Candlebox to be doing this as long as we have, 25 years now, and we're not the most prolific. That's why there's only 6 records from us. But, we take our time, and I think that we never really make a record till we're ready. But this album was something that we didn't really prepare for. We went in with the idea that we would do the majority of the writing in the studio, and I think we were pleasantly surprised. We were able to kind of get back to who we are as a band when it comes to, really just throwing caution to the wind and making the records we want to make. And it's one of those records that I still listen to on a daily basis, which I can't say I've done with any Candlebox record in the past, 10, 20 years, to be honest with you. It's an album that I'm really, really proud of, and I find that I can't skip to another song. I can't skip through the record, which, I guess makes me feel like maybe we made the right record for us and the wrong record for the audience. I don't know, man. It's a strange record, and I'm very happy with it, and it's a lot different than anything that Candlebox has ever done. Yeah, I think we pushed ourselves a little bit further on this album than we had before.
That's amazing, and I definitely dig the sound. It has a lot of hints of the traditional Candlebox sound, but it definitely went in a different direction. And I've only heard Vexatious. I'm looking forward to listening to the rest of the album.
Right on, thank you.
Now, are there any other things you got working on coming up in the future before or after the tour?
Well, we're doing some writing now. We're throwing some ideas together. We want to get back in the studio sometime in the spring to prepare for another release, maybe in the fall of next year, just to kind of follow up on the momentum that this record's given us. We haven't seen this kind of momentum in a long time, with the record consistently selling weekly, and so it's something that you don't want to lose sight of. In this day and age, fans can be very fickle and forget about you as soon as they listen to the record. So you want to keep their attention. So that's kind of our game plan now, is prepare ourselves for this next record.
That's amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Veterans Day. Now, before I let you go, it's obviously on everybody's mind, the controversies that's going around with the presidential debate. Would you like to weigh in any thoughts before I let you go?
I don't know. I think that if you really look at kind of what's happened over the past year, you've got to take a long, hard look at the world that we're in, and politics is obviously something that a lot of, I think, our fans would like me to stay out of, but as much as I'd like to stay out of it, I can't. I'm a very politically charged person. Mm-hmm. Every single record has a song that has something to do with politics or something political to say. I hope that people understand that this candidate that's running for the Republican vote is absolutely out of his mind, and we can't have somebody like that in office. You can't have a misogynistic, narcissistic sociopath running the country. and regardless of your opinions of Hillary and her email, whatever that is,
Mm-hmm.
Every politician's a liar. You've got to take the one to run the country that knows what they're doing, and hopefully people understand that Hillary is that client. I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. That's who I wanted, but that's not the case, and so I've got to take the salmon instead of the steak for my wedding meal, and I'm glad to do that. I want somebody in there that understands the system, that's known it as long as she has, and respects it. This is the number one person in the world that we're trying to elect here. We're not trying to elect a television personality.
Correct. It's not a popularity contest, man. There's some serious consequences that come with this job.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and I cannot wait to see a Veterans Day Rock Bar Theater downtown Reno kicking off this leg of the Disappearing Airports tour.